I'm here with Christina Whipple. She's been one of my clients for a long time. And I'm really excited to have you on, Christine, to talk about your story and your journey. So give me kind of a background of who you are, a little introduction, so people can know, who you are.
Okay, so I'm Christine Whipple, like Mike said. I am 65 years old. I have 6 kids and I have 7 grandkids. Oldest granddaughter, well, I've got two of my oldest granddaughters are in college right now. And so kind of an exciting time of their lives. I've been married to the same guy for 45 years and
Love
just
it.
adore him.
Love it.
He's been amazing. Um, and just loving life. I snow ski, water ski, love gardening, love spending time with grandkids. Just kind of the basic me.
Yeah. Yeah. Great. And how did we meet? And we met, by the way, for people, that don't know, we met back in 2013 or 14, correct? And so it's been almost
Yes,
years.
yes, yes.
So how did we run into how did you actually hire me and find me?
Okay. So I was at a time in my life where I was just struggling. I was down, um, just kind of feeling defeated. And my niece started a program that you were in at that time, and she had really great success. And I just kind of followed her for a little bit, and I thought, this can't be real. This can't be, she's got to be taking pills or whatever. She said, Aunt Chris, I have not taken anything. You got to go see. So I set up an appointment with you and went to meet you. Very skeptical, very like,
Most people are,
is
yes.
this
Too good,
going to,
too good to
is
be
this,
true, or
yeah. And I was at the end. I thought, you know what, if this doesn't work, I'm done. I had tried every other program in the book, every other diet. I had been on pills. I'd done everything. So I thought I'm going to give him a chance. So the first week, went to meet with you. You put together a food program and just started me on my way with exercise. And I thought I'm gonna really do this. I'm gonna really try. So I did, and I lost weight. And I was excited to see you the next week because it was like I get to tell him I lost some weight, and it was that accountability in your office. And you never forced me, but I thought, okay, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna do it. And each week I lost. It wasn't like huge amount of weight, but every week was consistent.
progress?
Was progress. Yes, 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 yes. And so I just decided, you know what, I'm going to stick with him. And I did. And I stuck with you. I don't know for how many months,
Yeah.
but for a while until it was like, I can do this. I've
Yep.
got this.
Your
I'm
training goes
okay.
off and you know,
And
kind of
it, and
forced you in the wild on your
yeah,
own.
yeah, I did. I went to the wild on my own. And that was probably the scariest thing for me because I'd done other programs and would lose like, 15 pounds and then think, oh, I can do this. And then I gain it all back plus some every single time.
Yo-yo
So I
diet.
thought, okay, I'm going to see if this is, I've got the tools Mike has given to me. I've been doing this for a number of months. Let me see if I can do it on my own. And so here is how many years later, Mike?
And
10
nine or
years
10,
later.
right? Yeah.
10 years later,
Decade.
and I am at the lowest weight that I've been. I have done it on my own, and all I've done is eat real food and I walk every day. I don't lift like heavy, heavy weights, and I lift weights, but not heavy, heavy. And it stayed off and it hasn't been hard. And I'm eating more than I ever ate before I started your program. That I think was the thing that I was thinking. There's no way any weight is going to come off because I'm eating so much food. But it
Yeah.
was good food and it was decent food. And here I am.
Yeah. People assume the less they eat, the more results they're going to have, the less
Mm-hmm.
weight loss they're going to have. And they might have weight loss by underfeeding,
Mm-hmm.
but they're not going to have fat loss. And that's
Right.
what I really wanted to focus on. So when you first met with me, I put you on more food, more
Mm-hmm.
free eating and we lost more fat. Now, what was your end result? How much fat are you actually down right now? What's your total weight loss?
My total weight loss is 83 pounds.
Wow.
And that has been probably, I mean, it's hard work, but the easiest hard work that I've done,
Yeah.
because all I'm doing is just eating right.
Hmm.
And I think before, you're right, I would deprive myself. I would think that, oh, if I take this pill, it's going to take it off. Oh, if I do this, it's going to take it off. But I realized that the the golden ticket is to just eat real food and to eat more often. You taught me that was rather than just eating, 2 times a day and then starving myself, I was eating 6 times a day.
Yes.
And I was never hungry. In fact, sometimes it was hard to eat all the food because it
Yeah.
was a lot of food. And now I'm eating even more than I was on with you because I'm maintaining now. I'm not trying to lose weight anymore. So now it's even more food.
Yeah.
And so it's been actually really, really great.
You have to eat to lose weight. You have to eat more calories to lose weight sometimes. And
And
people
that's what I
a lot
didn't
of
understand.
balance.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. And so you learn through the process. You're down 83 pounds. What other benefits have you realized? I mean, the scale aside, internal benefits. What have you noticed?
Well, I'm no longer on high cholesterol medication. My blood pressure is in a normal range now. I'm not as tired as I was before when I was carrying around all that extra weight. I had no idea that that was making me tired. It wasn't me just getting older. It was carrying around that extra weight was really fatiguing me. Yeah.
Five
Yeah.
pounds. This is only 5 pounds, and
That's
we
only 5 pounds. So imagine
it's 1
83 of
pound,
that.
83 of these, right?
Yeah.
So 5 pounds. So
83 of
carrying this
those.
on your body is going to be very challenging. And so the more we can strip off of this, the better. And that's fat
Yes.
loss, not just weight loss.
No, no, no.
Yes.
And in the process, I was able to, each time we went in, the thing that I loved about you is that you said to me so many times, I really don't care how much you weigh. I care about your muscle mass and your fat loss. And
Yes.
that meant a lot to me because sometimes you look at, oh, I didn't lose I didn't lose a pound this week, but you'd say, yeah, but look at the muscle mass you gained. And it was
Yes.
like, oh,
Right.
so that's good. That's positive.
Yeah. Because you were working out a lot.
Hmm.
And so you were gaining muscle really easily.
Hmm.
You know, you're tall. You're what, 5'10"? How tall are
I'm
you?
5'11".
5'11".
Hmm.
I'm only 5'8", guys. So she's taller. And so, someone that's 5'11" can weigh 160 and look amazing. There's no weight attached to that.
Right.
And so that was the thing I had to kind of get in your mind, is that weight doesn't matter. It's all about fat loss. How many of these can we lose off our body, which is
Hmm.
more important. And your mindset has been changed since then, which is super amazing.
Hmm.
And getting off medication, that's what we call non-scale wins. Those are huge. Those are almost more important than the fat, but you have to lose the fat to get off the medication typically. So they go
That's
hand.
exactly right. One
So
of the fun things that happened too was I had been holding on in my closet for probably 30 years, what I called my skinny clothes.
yeah, yeah.
And they had probably 4 inches of dust on them. And eventually I started thinking, I wonder if I could fit into those. And so I'd try them on and it would be like, oh my gosh, I can.
Yes.
And so I started fitting into clothes that I literally had not fit into for 30, 40 years.
Yeah.
And now it's now I got rid of all my fat clothes because I was holding on to those too, thinking, oh, I'm just
Right.
going to gain it back. The fat clothes are gone. I
That's
just have my
super
my
cool.
normal crisp clothes now, which is
Right.
wonderful.
Yes. Get rid of your overweight clothes, because if you have those in the back of your closet, you're in your mind, you're gonna go back to that.
Yep,
If
yep,
it's gonna cost you more money to go shopping again if you get overweight, you're gonna think twice. So
yep,
get
yep.
rid of all your
Just get
overweight
rid of them.
clothes, give them to somebody else. I don't know how
Yeah.
they feel about that if you say, here's my overweight clothes to somebody else, but
Hmm.
give them
Hmm.
to somebody. So
Yep,
that's great. And that's good that you understand that.
yep.
So your journey has been amazing. We're off medication. Your mindset's been changed. It's been a decade. You're down 83 pounds and you've kept it off. Um, what would you say to someone that's on the fence right now that they're watching this and they're going, I don't know if I'm ready to hire a coach or not. I don't know if evolved culture is right for me or having a coach in general. What would you say to that person that's on the fence?
I think that they need to look at, and this is speaking from experience, from what my experience was how much I had spent on, like I said, diets and programs and medications and um, di- uh, processed foods, packaged foods, all these different things. I had spent thousands on that. And I think a lot of people think, oh, I can't afford to 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 go to a coach, a personal coach. And what I would say to them is look at the thousands that you have spent already on trying to lose weight and
Yes.
look at the progress that you haven't made and invest in yourself.
Yes.
This has been the best thing that I've ever done for myself as far as my how I feel about myself, my health, my personal goals that I was able to finally achieve, and being proud of myself for doing something that has always been so difficult. And I would say, gosh, you know what? This is the best thing you could do.
Love it. Love it. So, so many people spend money on trying that next best diet pill or the next best thing that's out versus just
Mhm.
hiring somebody that knows what they're doing, hire a professional, right? And setting it in motion and giving the blueprint of what to do.
Yes. And I think for me, it's never been a hard thing to stand because it's real food.
Yeah.
I'm not having to buy anything special from anybody or order it online. This is just real food that you eat every day and you can mix it up. I know with you, Mike, so many times you tried to get me to eat Greek yogurt, and I do not like Greek yogurt. And rather than saying, Chris, you have to eat Greek yogurt on my program, you'd say, okay, well, let's just find something else that works for you.
That's right.
And every time you found if you gave me something to eat that week and it was just like, I really didn't like that. It's like, okay, well, then we'll just find, there's always another option
That's right.
that will work.
If you don't like your food that you're consuming, it will not be a lifestyle,
That's right. That is
regardless of the
absolutely.
health benefits. If I told you till I'm blue in the face, Greek yogurt's amazing, you have to eat it, it wouldn't last.
Mm-mm,
So the fact that we have to find foods that you enjoy are really important. And that's where a lot of people, they go online and they go searching for coaches and they find a program online. It's not tailored to their life.
mm-mm,
But it has
mm-mm.
to be specifically just for you and what you enjoy and what you don't like.
Yep. And the other thing that I think really was helped me to succeed was your free meals. That to me, I looked forward to. So I don't know if, do you want me to explain that or do you want to explain that?
This is why you're here. I love it.
So on your program, and I want to say I'm calling it a program, not a diet, because this is not any diet that I have ever been on. This is an actual program. This is about life changes and helping. So, but once a week, you would say to me, okay, plan out your free meal, and you would say, I want you to go and get a hamburger, get a milkshake, get some French fries, enjoy yourself. And initially, I looked at you like, are you nuts?
Right. Yeah.
And you'd say, I don't want you to feel deprived, and I want you to be able to look forward to something.
Yeah.
And that sometimes, like on a Saturday, I think is when I usually scheduled my Saturday night dinner,
A date
was
night, right?
something that I so looked forward to. And it gave me that willpower to get through the week because I knew I wasn't going to have to deprive myself. I knew I was going to have one meal that I could just let loose on. Or if there was a wedding that I had to go to, or, a dinner with friends, I could plan that and not feel deprived. And the other thing that you did for me, which I think, I don't know if you've done it for other clients, but for me, it was a lifesaver. I told you right up front that I love candy. and you said, okay, Chris, this is what we're going to do. He says, I don't want you to deprive you of your candy, but you've got to be realistic. And I thought, yeah, a whole bag of candy is probably not being realistic,
Yes.
each day. So he said, I want you to get a bag of the little miniatures, the little tiny ones of like, I think it was like Snickers and Milky Way. Anyway, and I want you to put them in your freezer so that they're not on your counter. And if you feel like you need to have something sweet, you can have one of those a day. And that's it. But that to me was like eating the most incredible
Right.
food in the whole world.
Yeah.
It was frozen, so it took me a while to eat it, which I think was the method to your madness behind that, is that it took me longer, but I enjoyed it and I didn't feel deprived.
Yes. Yeah.
So,
That's so amazing. And that um because when you eat bad every day, it gets old. Like even though
mhm.
it's fun at the time, eating horrible every day also gets old. And so when you get one cheat meal a week or that little tiny Snickers bar once in a while, you
Once
enjoy,
in a while.
you get your fix and you move on, right? And so
Yes.
a true lifestyle involves free meals because if I said, can you never eat bad ever again? The answer would be no, and nobody would agree to that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if it's a true lifestyle, you have to have your bad meals every week to get your fix and live your life.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about balance and moderation. Anyone
I would
that's
agree.
healthy, they still eat bad foods once in a while. No one lives in a dungeon. No one's perfect. And you could live your life and still be healthy and be
Yeah.
fit and lose 83 pounds.
Yeah. And I've gone from wanting to have that little tiny Snickers bar every single day to, oh, I wonder, it's been a few weeks. It's been a month. I haven't had one of those.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
don't think about it because initially it was like, I've got to have it. I've got to have it. I've got to have it. And now it's like, well, maybe I'll have a treat.
Yep.
So
Exactly. I love
good
that.
stuff.
It's all about free meals. And if you could have those once in a while, once a week, you'll enjoy them more. And if you eat bad foods too frequently now, your body will recognize it and you'll feel horrible internally.
Yep.
And maybe externally too. You might feel bad. So
Yeah.
I love it, Christine. You're amazing. You're down 83 pounds. You feel better. You're off some of your medications. You've kept it off for almost a decade. And we're lifelong friends, which is amazing. So I continue to help some of your friends and your family. So anything else you want to add to anybody that's watching this right now that's, see themselves in you in their, in their 60s?
Yeah. You know what? Take a chance on yourself. The thing that I think I would stress about this program too is don't think that you're going to lose 25 pounds the first week,
Mhm.
or don't you hear all this thing online as lose 15 pounds in 1 week. That's not sustainable. And for me, it was a slow process, but I learned to love it and I learned to look forward to it. And when I quit seeing you, I was able to continue the program and lose the weight. It wasn't hard.
Mm.
It wasn't a difficult process because I had learned. I taught myself. You had taught me the
Yeah.
tool, given me the tools that I need to succeed, and so it wasn't a something that I couldn't do.
Yeah. We fix your mindset. And that's once you have
Yes.
the right mindset. And that's why, unfortunately, a lot of surgeries,
Ugh,
they're quick and they don't last very long. It's just putting a band-aid over a bullet hole. It just does not fix your mindset.
yep.
So once we can fix
And
it up here, that's all that matters.
absolutely, 1,000% agree with you. Thank you for helping me succeed.
Yes. Thank you for trusting in me. And you're really amazing. And I appreciate you and, keep on this journey. And I'm always here for you. So I appreciate you and everyone watching. So Christine Whipple, you're amazing. And, you know, um, keep it off. You're awesome.
Thanks, Mike.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. See ya.